What's up, everyone? Welcome to another On the Level podcast brought to you by Player One Gaming. I'm one of your hosts, Miracle K Worker, along with,
Right, Serenity.
And Dev's Emoji.
hey guys, we have another great week. Honestly, things have kind of been piling up. Just on the esports scene, gaming in general. Um, But real quick, let me just thank our main sponsor, Anchor. Anchor is a free streaming platform for podcasts that allows you to create, distribute, and monetize your podcasts, making it really easy to create and upload them to numerous listening apps at a touch of a button. If you haven't, check out Anchor, especially if you want to get on the podcast scene for sure. Other than that, make sure you check out our brand new Player One Gaming app, just one NE on the App Store or your Google Play. And then also check out our Player One Apparel app. It's really good. We have a lot of great stuff coming up, so make sure you have it so you can check out all the releases. All right, Devs, what do we have for some news?
So besides the spiciness that's going to be coming up pretty soon, there's a couple things. Give me one second, let me get all my notes together. Here we go. So we all know, this is going to be one of the topics we're going to be talking about. We all know Apex Legends got hacked.
Yeah.
I did not know that actually.
Yeah, it got hacked.
Yeah, Apex got hacked for a few hours yesterday. It was saddening to say the least.
It was the thing is, me personally, I feel like it was good intentions, but it was like terrible. The way they did it, you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. They pretty much shut down Apex. It was pretty nuts. But we'll get into that later for sure. Anything else as far as news?
Well, for PlayStation fans, we have anybody who owns the PlayStation Now. This month we have Red Dead Redemption 2 and Noah 2 with Judgment coming out. I believe there's a couple more games, but those are the top 3 big games so far.
I'm definitely down with some
Red Dead.
Some Red Dead 2.
Crazy part, you know what's crazy about that? I have not beaten that game.
Still, oh my god!
Yeah, I have not beaten it.
What the hell? I'm pretty sure that game came out when we lived together.
Yeah, it did. It did.
That game was $5. It was $4.99 for a period of time too.
No, I mean I have it. I already have it. It's just that I just haven't really played it like that. Like I got to spoiler alert if anyone hasn't played but I got to the part where they get into I forgot what it is, like the big city where John Marston was about to die, and then he saves him. Yeah, I got to that part, and then after that I lost all interest for the game, but I'm thinking about going back to it.
Okay. I mean,
we also have.
To be honest, you'd have to start over, hard reset.
No, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna hard reset on that. But in other PlayStation news, one of PlayStation's long-running studios got removed from their studio list, which is Japan Studios.
That's pretty interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
Did they give a reason behind it, or?
I don't know. I just know, like, for anyone who doesn't know what games developed from Game Studios, you have the works of Gravity Rush, Astro's Playroom. For anybody who has a PS5, that's the little tech demo that comes with the game. You also have The Last Guardian and the remake of Demon's Souls. But besides that, yeah, no, like I don't know the exact reasoning for it. But for them to lose something like that, especially with everything going on, I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, only because of the fact that, a lot of games are doing the whole thing with crossplay and all that stuff. So I mean, we'll see what's going to happen from there.
I mean, the only thing I could see coming from that is maybe the studio was just undergoing revamping,
Probably, yeah.
or
Yeah, or possibly they're getting bought out, something
Yeah.
like that. Merging with
Or-
someone.
or the case is the studio just isn't performing. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, out of all those games you listed, I've heard of two. And for that amount of money that Sony's probably putting in, they realize that the investment isn't worth it. And as a business and a corporation, you got to understand that just you have to have a return on your investment. And if you're not having one, then it is what it is. But you can't keep something like that around. So
Yeah. No, I can agree with that.
I don't feel any other type of way about it. It's not like Activision just dropped Treyarch or something. So I'm impartial, indifferent. It doesn't really matter to me. So
Yeah. And one of another thing, Ghost of Tsushima director's cut. It locked most of like the core features for the PS5 behind a paywall.
Why?
Money, honestly.
And they just like locked the features. So like, what features are we talking about?
It's from what I see, it's not really a big explanation. Like, there's no real explanation. They just know that some features. It was just saying that some features were locked. I have to dig deeper in to see exactly which features it is.
Yeah.
But from the news,
I've never played it, so I'm like, that's kind of saddening. There's no point in getting it then.
Yeah. See, and that's the reason why I don't agree with the whole PlayStation. Well, not even PlayStation, new gen games going up an extra $10, especially if they're going to give us stuff like that, like core features getting locked behind the DLC and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, so another thing, I kind of wonder if that is why. Maybe that's why prices are going up. And Ghost Tsushima or Shima's case, maybe that's why they're restricting some stuff, because you got to think they're enhancing pretty much the entire game to run at a really good rate on the PlayStation 5 versus PlayStation 4. So
yeah,
maybe that's why. I don't really know, but
I think
yeah.
as far as like the games going up to 70, one is just it takes more resources to make a game on PlayStation 5 than the PlayStation 4. It's just more technology, it's more advanced. Two, return on investment, and then three, and it could be just an account for inflation. Maybe the 60, I don't know, I'm just talking on my ass, but maybe the 60 now, maybe the 70 now in gaming language is worse than 60 back then. And even before that, games were not 60, they were 40, and then games are just going to get more expensive the more advanced they become. It is what it is. So I'm not really surprised how much it went up an extra $10.
Yeah. I remember when new DS games were coming out. What were they, like $20?
Yeah,
$20, $30?
Well, it depends. I think it all depends on the game. Like, I know the high end games would be like 40.
Yeah, under the Pokemon games would be around 40 too. So it just depends on the game. It depends on a lot of different factors. So I'm not going to say, well, Sony's just a bad guy for making a game called $70. That's not the case. I'm also, and now to be fair, I'm not one to go out and buy a whole bunch of games. A lot of times I'll watch the game. Because I like to stick to a small group of games. As an FPS player, switching between 30 different sensitivities isn't the greatest for your aim. So I try to stick to a small selection of games, and I'll just watch a lot of solo play. But again, it is what it is. The paywall thing sucks, but I mean, and this is just a thing I've seen with a lot of Japanese companies that's just look at Nintendo.
Yeah.
Look at Nintendo.
Hey, listen, hold on. Before you get too ahead, we can't talk about Granddaddy Nintendo like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, Granddaddy Nintendo sucks ball sacks. Sorry, next.
I'm dead.
I mean, I honestly agree with that subject because of the fact that when it, like, Okay, I get it. You know, games want to be, they want to profit more off of games and stuff like that. But then I'm not like, I hate bringing it up, but look at Fallout 76. I mean, not Fallout 76. Cyberpunk 76. It came out. People paid, I believe, $70 for it on next gen. For what? For it to be shit. Like for it to be dog shit,
Yeah, I mean,
and then they take
But
it, and then
I
they say,
can't.
"Hold on,
that's
But
but
I
that's so
no,
subjective though,
no, it is
because
yeah.
subjective. It is
I
subjective."
I bought it for my PlayStation 5
Hmm.
and I had one glitch running through the story. I had one small glitch, something that was I could maybe say it was annoying, but it really wasn't. I didn't care. I was like, "Oh, okay, this is just, it's a bug. They just need to fix this. Second playthrough will be fixed."
No,
see
I
And it
get
the
was
it,
ju- it was
and,
just sometimes people they wouldn't sit on chairs. They would
mhm,
sit like 3 feet in front of them, so it looked like they were sitting on air. But
yeah,
you
That's
could be
hilarious.
like, okay, that dude's supposed to be sitting in the fucking
Well,
seat
one,
right there.
that's hilarious. Two, uh, two, that's not really Sony's fault. I can't blame Sony for that, right? That's not a
no, I'm
Sony
not.
issue.
So the thing is, I wasn't blaming Sony for that. I was blaming Sony for the fact that they took the game. I the reason why they took the game out of the market, I understand. They wanted to fix the game, right?
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you released the patch. You released the patch to fix the game from when people bought it, and like look at Miracle. He had the game. He couldn't update it.
Yeah,
It-
I
But
couldn't update it at
yeah, he
all
couldn't.
once
again,
they took it off.
yeah, but again,
Um,
that's not Sony's fault, right? That's the dev's fault. And if you didn't know, console updating is a lot more strenuous. The reason games don't update as much is because console holds back a lot of games because they want updates to come out at the same time. Console patches have to go through like a 6 week to 4 week process of checking to make sure there's no malware. Like console updating is very strenuous. It's not like you're on PC where they're just updating their servers. They have to go through Sony servers. So yes, I do. I get exactly what you're saying, but that's not Sony's issue. Xbox goes through the same thing. So a lot of times, even when we give Warzone or other games shit for not updating, it's really the console's fault because they want PC to be in line with console, especially because it's cross-platform, right? And
yeah.
you want your community to be all in line. It's like when you watch a competitive. It's like when you watch competitive Call of Duty versus normal Call of Duty. Two different games. Most of the dog shit that's in normal Call of Duty isn't in competitive. So it's just the same thing. Like that's just how it is. So I can't. That's on the studio. I can't blame Sony for taking it off the store because then people are gonna buy the game. It's gonna break and then they're gonna want a refund. Why just take the game off the store? Like if the game's not working, take the game off the store. That's
Mhm.
just the easiest solution instead of having to keep offering refunds. That's like to me that's dumb, right?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So it's all right. Let them fix the game first. Bring it back out. The ones that got it, if you can get the patch, you can. If you can't, you can't. That's not on Sony's fault that their game wasn't ready after 8, 9, 10 years. So I can't throw
Yeah,
that one on. I can't put that one on Sony.
I'll
The
give it to
smartest,
you.
the smartest thing was to take it off the store.
Like I'm saying, I never said anything. With them, it's their fault with taking it out the store. It's just the fact that they took it out the store, then the company released the patch, and Sony didn't let people update. Especially the people who fucking
Yeah,
uh,
Sony didn't put it back on the store until
like
they
two,
knew
3 weeks
that the
ago.
game was
Yeah, it was good.
it
It was
was
just
bug free, quote unquote. Like,
I mean, there's still shit going on in that game.
yeah, but they waited so long
Hmm. All the hype
to
of the
put
game
it
just
back
died
on.
down.
Yep. Um, but hey, anyways, we can if maybe we'll bring this up, in later podcasts, down the road.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, seems like we're pretty invested in it. But hey, Devs, hit us with what you want to talk about today.
All right. So there has been a disruption in the FaZe Clan force. I wouldn't say. So
Cringe.
I know, right? Just talk about FaZe Clan is cringe. But hey, um, again, FaZe Clan is back in the drama. This time with they came out with a crypto coin called Save the Kids, which was basically pitched of a charity. So like 1% of each transaction would go to a charity, right? But the thing is what happened is like a whole bunch, it was like, it was who was it? It was FaZe Jarvis, FaZe K, FaZe, I don't even know, TQ, and then
Tico and Neekin.
I have no idea who any of these new FaZe members are.
And I know
they've been with FaZe for a while. Yeah,
Rice Gun was involved in that. And they were basically like telling people, hey, put your money in, you'll be, eventually you get return on it, but you're also donating to charity at the same time. So what happened is that people started putting money into it, and that shit went down the drain.
Yeah, it did.
But the big
and so I mean, I spoke on it a little bit yesterday on the weekly roundup. Mm-hmm. Make sure you guys check that out as well. But so the biggest problem with this is that they're, in K in specific, all of these people are, hyping up this currency. Save the kids and cool, hey, hype it up all you want. But, and so I mentioned this yesterday, but I don't know if you guys have watched it, but CoffeeZilla on YouTube came out with a great video over it. He was digging in the dirt. He was getting everything that we needed to know. He was finding all that information out.
Yeah, because what was it? It was K sold all of his coins.
Yep. K sold all of his coins within hours of the official drop of the currency. And then, everybody else, they would sell, 60 or 70%. And some even sold in more of a moderation. So they would sell like 20% here, another 20%. It's just ridiculous. Come on. They're hyping up this just so they can sell. And so the reason that they were able to sell, this is something that, a lot of cryptos do have, but they have, can't remember the exact terms, but it's like a well coding. So those big time holders can't sell all out at once.
Yeah.
Because that's what plummets a currency. As we saw with, Save the Kids, they plummeted it after they had, hundreds and thousands of their fans, buy into it. But the worst thing that, I think that CoffeeZilla brought to light was that they were actually in lieu with creating this coin. It wasn't like your average Joe. Hey, I'm a random guy. Hey, devs, do you want to, sponsor this coin? It's not like some random guy's just saying, hey, I want some clout and you're pretty famous.
Yeah.
Do you want to sponsor this? CoffeeZilla found out that they were in line. And that K was talking to a lot of the publishers, the coders, everybody that was in the development team for this coin. And I just think it's crazy that somebody had their foot all the way in the door for this entire coin and then's going to say, I don't know what happened in his apology. And it's like, get the hell out of here, dude. Like, you're literally getting exposed. And not even that, it looks super bad from my point of view and probably from your guys's. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, no, especially because of the fact that what was it? CoffeeZilla was saying that this wasn't the first time
Yep.
he's told everyone to go buy into some coin, and then
Very true.
he'll sell it right beforehand. I think he's done it three different other occasions. Um, and then honestly, in my personal opinion, it should have been more than just K to be kicked out. It should have been more than him to have been kicked out. Um, I feel like honestly, Jarvis should have been kicked out because of his whole stint with the whole him cheating in Fortnite thing. Because that was one big thing. Cool, he did the whole thing. He did his thing with the boxing stuff, but then he does this. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
and that's when people invest in this stuff like that, it's because they're putting their time and money into wanting to double that. You know what I'm saying? They're putting their hard-earned money to do that, and
Oh,
then
absolutely. And I mean, you got to think like, he was showing the wallets of some of these streamers. They had billions of coins, not millions, not thousands, not your I can count it on one hand. They had billions of coins. Granted, when you're talking about a coin that just started up and has, you know, really no
Value.
cost, yeah, no
It's not
value.
the
It,
billion isn't really billions of dollars, but
yeah, the billion is so minuscule, but even even let's say, I have a billion coins, and if it goes up, 3 thousandths of a coin or of a cent, I'm gonna make $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000, whatever it is. It's a small amount, but for them, they were given these coins. It's not like they invested in them. So when you have like your average Joes, like if I was to invest $100 in it, whatever, so that I could get my, million coins or whatever the case is, I would
mhm.
be very disappointed if it sold out and then my $100 was worth fucking $5. I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
I I think really, and I'd say that's a lot of the people that probably lost out are parents, because I would assume most of the people that keep up with the FaZe Clan now are young teenagers, 13, 14, 15-year olds at max, and younger kids. I don't know a lot of adults, even kids like 17, 18 and up, that care about the FaZe Clan more than a meme and maybe FaZe Jev.
I mean,
'Cause
yeah, there's probably people that care here and
I
there.
mean, yeah, but
Um,
let's be honest here. Like, FaZe Clan now isn't the FaZe we remember, right? Where it was like,
no, absolutely. But
you
I mean,
know,
it's also, you got to think about it like they have thousands of subscribers per phase member
most
on.
definitely, most definitely. But I'm what I'm saying is when you look at it and who's watching,
Oh yeah.
it's definitely younger. The It's what we used to be,
No,
right? You
absolutely.
know what I'm saying? Is when we were 13 and 14 and we were watching FaZe.
I didn't
FaZe
give a
up.
shit about
So
phase ever.
lies.
I,
I
I was
really
I was
didn't.
yeah I was never a big face person.
I
I
No.
just
mean, but FaZe,
I just knew that they were there.
Phase Optic, but their Phase's brand has changed, right? From what Phase used to be, which is used to be a whole bunch of cracked COD kids, to whatever they are now, isn't the same. They're not the same. So when I think of the people who put money into this cryptocurrency, I'm pretty sure you had to be over 18 to invest in any cryptocurrency anyway.
Yeah,
It was probably a lot of parents. Like
give you that.
if I'm me, I'm not putting any money near Face. I don't trust them. Like I don't. To me, I feel like
But
this
that's
was
also the thing. So like
this
we
was
talk.
smoke in a forest. This is smoke in a in a forest. Not the forest fire. I'm not gonna head towards the forest fire.
Yeah.
I see that from a mile away, and a
I
lot of
mean,
people, like I said, were gullible to people and little kids that didn't know better. That parents were
yeah.
like, okay, Jimmy, here's my social security number, here's my credit card,
I
you
I
know,
would I would
and
definitely
then
agree to disagree. I don't think FaZe is the problem. I think that these FaZe members wanted the quick buck.
No, that's what it is.
But that's
Because
FaZe had to
at
give the
the
green light. FaZe had
no
to give the green light on something
no
like that. I have to blame FaZe
no
and,
so
and
so
everyone.
it's crazy. Even in these apology videos, the former or suspended FaZe members were saying I should have got with FaZe leadership and saw
No, they
how they
didn't.
felt
I
about this.
I don't believe
Granted,
that BS.
granted, that's a complete lie because it's already been proven that they were pretty much already
Yes,
in
you
from the
have
beginning
you
of the
have to get
crypto.
to do something like that. They don't have one. They don't have the money. They need the money to make something like that. So you have to go to FaZe.
Yeah,
I don't
but
care.
I don't
It,
know. I think at the same time though, the punishment was respectable.
No,
One,
it was respectful.
K's getting kicked out.
No, he's
Jarvis,
already kicked out. He's
well,
already
no,
kicked.
I know that he's getting kicked out though. Nico, Tekin, and Jarvis, they're getting suspended because they have a lower role in this.
I still think Jarvis should be kicked out as well.
I
And so there's going to be more to come on that, of course. But I don't know. I think it's
Hold
I think
on, hold
it's a
on.
double-edged.
We're talking about the FaZe Clan members as well, right? But you notice how none of it has gone into RiceGum, even though he was one of the people that were also in.
But that's also the thing. So I think this is the organization taking responsibility, saying our members fucked up.
Mhm.
exactly.
We're
But
getting
the
rid of them, or
but the
we're
members take
punishing
the
them.
fall. See the members take the fall when
They
in my
should.
way they should. I'm not saying they shouldn't be punished, but my focus is on FaZe as an organization. Yeah, punish the members, but damn that. After that, yo, because even if they punish the members, the members still have a following outside of FaZe,
Mhm.
right? FaZe
I mean,
itself.
yeah, but so that's also the thing, especially with all of these allegations, is K gonna get banned from Twitch because maybe, just maybe, he promoted Save the Kids on his stream. Is he gonna get banned from not Utah, YouTube, because he promoted Save the Kids on YouTube posts?
Well, yeah,
Because
well, that's what I'm
because
saying.
then at the same time, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, we're cutting ties. We're cutting ties. You're
Well,
out
yeah,
of
right.
here."
Right. So
Um,
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. But even if that didn't, right? That's to me that's the best case scenario. But even if that didn't happen, and right, FaZe is like, all right, well, we cleaned out the bad members, you know, it's on us, but not on us. Saying it, yeah, this is our fault, but then saying we didn't know, it's not an apology. Saying I'm sorry and then saying I didn't know is not an apology.
Oh, hold on. Yes, it is. To a lot of people, it is because that's literally what every fucking person does every time
That
they're in the
doesn't
middle of a
just because
controversy,
just
and
because
then
they
they come
do it,
back and say they sorry, and they can
just
do it
be,
but
again.
okay, so
but
that's also the case. Like,
just because they do it doesn't mean it's right. Every apology that's not an apology. You can say that just because they say I'm sorry and then say but. If you say but, it's not an apology anymore because you don't like it. Don't matter. There's no rebuttal. I'm sorry
okay,
for X
but
Y Z ended. There's no but. It'd be like because they did. That's making excuses.
okay,
Apologize and keep it going. Like when what's her name, Alinity or whatever, when she said but you didn't apologize. You didn't care. When you apologize and you say but, that's not an apology because when you say but, that means that everything you just said beforehand don't matter because you're about to say something else. But is a rebuttal. You're
Mhm.
rebutting the apology. That's what FaZe did. FaZe doesn't, in my opinion, FaZe know about this. FaZe doesn't really get hurt because they say, okay, well,
but that's also the thing. So, and I mean, I have two parts. One, I don't think FaZe should have to babysit any of their members, regardless of if they live at the FaZe house or wherever they stream from. I don't think they should have to babysit.
well, no, it's not babysitting, but punishing them and then saying that we didn't have any part of this when they had to have had a part in this
No,
is
they
different.
didn't.
Yeah,
No, they
but
didn't.
okay,
It's just
Hey,
like it's just like if I go out and do something else, right? I go do something else. and I'm part of FaZe or whatever. If I myself go do something or promote something myself, FaZe doesn't know about it. The only reason, honestly, the FaZe Clan itself did the best thing that they could in that situation because one, they probably didn't know about the shit, and then as soon as they seen what was going on, they swiftly kicked everyone out.
I don't believe that.
Hold on, and then FaZe Clan themselves released a thing on Twitter saying they made the decision to remove K and suspend the other three. And it literally said they had no involvement.
But cheating?
What they were doing.
Cheating and then saying
no.
No. I'm saying exactly. But there's no way these 4 members or 5 members created an entire cryptocurrency by themselves without having
so there's more people within the streaming community, within the YouTube content creating community. There's a lot of people. Those names haven't come to light.
That's my point. FaZe, exactly. But my point is FaZe had to know. FaZe is too big to not know. That's like saying Google didn't know.
Okay. Hey, same energy. Let's talk about
the Apex shit.
No. Same energy. Let's talk about fucking how Twitch will ban and suppress some of their content creators. But so is it the content creators' fault for going against the terms of service, for doing all of this sexual suggestive content, or is it Twitch's fault for letting them?
They're not mutually exclusive. It could be both. Right?
No,
for one, if anything, it'd be on the person that's violating TOS.
Okay, and that's exactly
Twitch allows them. So why isn't it Twitch's fault? Twitch allows them. Just say, hey, this is a fucking no permaban. Not a let's talk about Indie Fox's 6 bans.
That depends on how big you are, because we can see that 2 people can do the same thing and one person can ban and one person.
No, I don't.
Alinity's been at like 15 or 20 bans.
I don't even believe it's how big you are, because like, look at this shit. PewDiePie, he is the biggest solo creator on the platform, right? Every controversy, no one knew. Like, they had to dig shit up to find shit off of him. His anti-Semitic shit. No one knew when it came out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had to dig this shit up. FaZe Clan as a company themselves, like they stated. Honestly, I don't know if they did or not, but they have stated they had no involvement in that shit.
Yeah.
So because I'm telling you, they could have been sitting home the whole time doing that shit behind FaZe's back. And then when the shit popped up, FaZe was like, okay, we have to do something, and we have to issue this response to the public.
But again, how do you, to me, like, again, and I'll say this again, like, there's something like this, creating an entire cryptocurrency and FaZe not knowing is something, no. Like, you have to have 5 of your members, and then, like you said, there's more people involved, so there could be other FaZe members that we just don't know about.
It's probably a side project.
Yeah, but
to say that they didn't know, like I said, it's like Google.
FaZe Clan themselves, as the company, said they didn't know. The FaZe members who got in trouble aren't denying anything.
I know, but that's my point. To say that the FaZe company didn't know something this big, this isn't like
so I'll come to Serenity's back on that, because
this isn't like FaZe Jarvis cheating. Yes, that's an individual thing.
I brought it up, yes, but this is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the fact that, okay, if me and 3 other people, right, player one gets fucking huge. We're the best fucking company in the world. And I go talk to other people and then let's say I pick you 2 from to help me out with a side project. I don't tell Boss Man about it. Y'all don't tell Boss Man about it. Nobody tells him about it. But guess what? It gets brought up because we fucked up, right? He's not gonna know shit about it. Just because we're big doesn't mean shit. We can still hide. It's easy to hide shit.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this.
But to that point, if you have connections to YouTube, we got connections to YouTube. And if you think that YouTube is gonna keep it on the hush hush, that's just not how people works. You could say, well, yeah, in a perfect world where everybody keeps a secret, yes. But
No
if
one said
every
it has to be a perfect world because
But
clearly
no,
it's not a perfect
hey,
world because it
no,
got found out.
but leaks happen for a reason. You think the leaks don't? You think that not like
but
leaks
but
don't
that's
happen?
also the thing. Nobody leaked anything. So Kay,
That
Jarvis,
we know.
Nico, Tico, they were all publicly posting about Save
Yeah,
the Kids.
they posted this shit.
So Serenity, coming to your back right now. Yes, FaZe knew about their involvement because they're going to see the posts of their involvement. But to that extent, you got to think, what is a white lie if you don't truly know the truth? I could give
Exactly.
you a white lie. Hey, Serenity. Yeah, I'm just supporting this currency. They reached out to me. I think it's for a good cause.
Then
Yeah,
that's all.
they
Then
literally
Versus the truth where, hey Serenity, yeah man, hey, you can get in on this. Hey, let's make upwards of $10,000. They're gonna give us
then
a bunch of coins.
then
Hey,
our rebuttal to that that's still FaZe's responsibility to do their homework because that's their members. They don't have to babysit
yeah,
to
I mean
approve
yes
that.
and
That's
no, like
huge. That's
but
like huge.
that's
That's
literally
huge.
like
That's not babysitting. That's doing response to for your members to basically jumpstart a a cryptocurrency, and you just sit back and be like, okay, guys, it's irresponsible. That is irresponsible. That's irresponsible.
I mean
I
I
don't see
think you
how.
just have a vendetta against FaZe. I really do.
I don't know.
Because
I
because
don't.
like
I could care less about FaZe, but if like that's an irresponsible company. Like I don't get it
I
because
don't think it is, but you could literally say the same thing for Doge or Bitcoin or fucking anything. Literally any sponsorship anybody gets. Hey, I was just sponsored by G Fuel. Do you know G Fuel has, and they don't, but G Fuel has kids working in their warehouses. Oh my gosh, that would be such controversy if that came out to be true.
yeah, because
So,
look what happened to Dogecoin.
but
Dogecoin went down.
How is FaZe gonna know that G Fuel has kids working in their warehouses? They don't. But I'm just saying for like, the wow factor. If they did, everybody that has G Fuel would be fucked.
I don't know. I
Everybody
think
would.
how I see it, I think you guys are just giving FaZe too much credit on how
I'm
clean
not.
a
I
company.
am not giving them
Yeah,
credit.
I'm not
There's
giving them
not.
credit
Not
There's
either.
no.
not
Uh,
credit, but it's like for a company as big as FaZe, for a basically close to $1 billion corporation, for them to not know any of this or not to do their homework is irresponsible. As a
Listen.
company
oh,
as
have you
big
met
as FaZe,
Donald Trump?
he
Bro, what?
you can say
Bro, what?
whatever you want about Donald Trump. He knows exactly what the fuck is going on inside of his company. Like as a business owner,
No, the fuck he
especially
doesn't.
What?
not on the small shit. Not on the
Bro,
small shit.
what?
When it's something that big, you do. Like there's nothing else, but you
What
have
do
to
you?
know stuff like
No,
that. Like how do you not know?
Bro,
it's
that's
not like
literally like saying, "Hey, boss man, T'Challa, hey, so you know how we have that warehouse in Mississippi or wherever it is for the clothing line? Hey, they're secretly selling drugs out of that warehouse. I hope you know this, but hey, hopefully you know this, but if you don't,
that.
it's gonna hurt it.
No,
Like
they,
that's what I'm hearing.
And then
No,
guess what?
nobody's gonna
Guess
know
what he
that.
would do?
no, they
Guess what he
no
would do?
they
Guess what he would do?
Cut
Fucking
ties.
he would
Cut ties.
literally do what FaZe did with the FaZe members. They kicked out the main guy because this was his thing.
Yo,
And
after
then
the fact.
no,
Again,
no. Yeah, it was after the
why
fact.
would I do all the research before? Maybe it's gonna work out. Maybe they really
That's
are
what
trying to
as a
donate
as
to
a
all of
as
these
a
kids.
as a business owner, that's what you do. Like I just need you to
No,
understand.
it's not what you
That's
do.
what happened.
Because
It is what you do.
No, because let's look at Bitcoin. 5 years ago, Bitcoin was what, like fucking 6 cents or some shit like that, and
No,
people
Bitcoin
just bought
was
it.
still less than that.
I'm overestimating, but
Underestimated.
people bought it back in the day when it was a couple cents or whatever the fuck it was, and then look at them now. They're making bank. I personally believe that Kay had the intention of trying to shoot for the fucking stars, and as soon as that shit started plummeting, he sold all of it.
I think
That's
they also.
Exactly.
I
that is
think that's
basically what
literally.
happened.
I think yes, that is basically. I think. That's
And I'm
literally-
telling you, FaZe would not have known about that. The only thing they listen from the client from the business itself, all they seen was that little commercial that they posted out. They said in the commercial, they said that you can invest in this coin, and 1% of it, 1% of each transaction is going to go towards your charity. That's
Okay,
literally what it was.
I have a
And
question. Do you
then
believe?
and then CoffeeZilla came out, made his videos, and then as soon as he made those videos, FaZe Clan cut ties with them because
a question.
because
I have a
God's
question.
What
CoffeeZilla
up?
made the thing.
I have a
What up?
question though. Do you believe that FaZe just didn't invest anything into to help at all? Do you
It,
believe
No,
FaZe?
why
it
would
would
they
have been
need to?
yeah.
So this is a self-funded venture. It's like you do apparel, don't you, on the side?
Mhm.
So you're getting involved in all of this apparel. Yeah, we might know about it for face value,
Mhm.
but we don't, and we might see some of your products, but if we don't know everything else, I don't know who funds it. Yo, the fucking
But again,
the Bloods
but
could
again,
fund it. I don't know.
but again, you're not a part of the business, so you're looking on the outside
Exactly.
in.
So FaZe isn't a part of Save the Kids. FaZe is a part of FaZe, and FaZe takes care of their FaZe members. They're not a part of Save the Kids crypto because they don't need to be. It's not their venture.
Yeah, but if it's my members, I'm going to help out my members in their venture. That's the point of FaZe. It's a
No,
symbiotic relationship.
no, no, it's
But
not. No, it's not.
but at the same time, the cryptocurrency has nothing to do with games, nothing to do with streaming content creation. It's a self venture. Like I said, that's like, hey, devs, you want to go open up a marijuana shop, don't you? Or a field, don't you?
Some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but so why would player one get involved with that
Unless they
if
want to, unless they would say, okay, we'll
unless they were getting
sponsor
a piece
this.
of the cake?
Yeah, we'll
They'd be like,
sponsor this.
hey, all for it. Go do it. Go
Yeah.
do it, devs. Hey, you can take care of your business on your own. If you need help, let us know. If not, cool. Because that's what Boss Man's legit said. He's like, hey, if you need help, let me know, and I'll try to help you. But if you got it on your own, you got it on your own.
Right,
That-
but FaZe is in the business of making money, and if they truly believe that this was going to take off and be eventually be it Bitcoin or Ethereum, you jump into a cryptocurrency early and you reap what you sow later.
Okay, but let's say they didn't believe
So-
in the product. Then what?
That could be.
Then
That's
it-
my whole point. Yo, that's my
Well,
whole
no,
point.
your point is that FaZe should be subjective to what the members are doing. My
But why?
point
Yo,
is,
if they truly believe that it's gonna fail, like they thought,
why would they stop their
why-
members? That's not their loss. That's their members' loss.
But it falls back on you. Yo, if
No,
you
how does it fall back on me? If like legitly, if your streaming business or if your clothing company fails, that's not on Boss Man. You just work for him. That's not on him. He has nothing involved in your apparel business. But if you succeed, cool, you succeed. Hey, you succeeded on your own, and we were here for the moral support. But he
But
loses
see-
nothing if you fail.
I've been doing this before I met Boss Man.
No, I know.
Right? And
Pay's probably been doing these scams for years, so that really ain't saying much.
right. I've been doing this before I even met Boss Man. I've been selling stuff like that. But again, I think there's levels of what you should and you should not know. Starting an entire and like you said, there's more people behind the scenes that we don't know. So for all we know, this is just FaZe members that were exposed. Because as you said, there's tons.
No,
more
absolutely.
people,
There
tons
could
more
be
YouTubers.
more. Absolutely, there
So
could be more.
as what I'm saying, right? FaZe is just exposing who got exposed. So it's like FaZe is punishing who is exposed. Like I said, I just believe as FaZe and these bigger corporations when they come out with all these scandals, like they didn't know, like that's bullshit. And that's just me. I call BS on not knowing when you're that big. If FaZe was small, or again, if we're player one and we're small, sure. But a $1 billion gaming corporation that is into pretty much every cryptocurrency possible, and where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? Hey.
Oh boy.
What up?
Mm-hmm.
No, and I might even claiming that. But my whole thing is with no. I think, but I said I just want to think there's levels, especially when you have so many people on board, and for a FaZe claim to be this big and to not know anything and just be like, oh, just there was no leaks. If it was only the 5 FaZe members, they could have got away with it. I 100% believe that. So I have to Google it. Do you use FaZe?
Because it flopped, and then hundreds and thousands of the people that bought in said,
Lost all
"Yo,
their
what
money.
the hell?" Lost all of their money. They were continuous losing hundreds, $1,000. So yep. Hey, and I just looked it up. FaZe Bank said he's never he tweeted out, never one time been a part of a pump and dump. That's never happened. Please do your research. My wallet's public. I wasn't part of any of this.
Yeah, like
So
literally all their shit is out there. Like if we all know FaZe Fuck. Whatever the guy you just said, I keep forgetting his name. I don't really care about
Banks.
him. Yeah, FaZe Banks. He goes public with everything he fucking does, almost. Like if he buys something or if he's doing this, he always says some shit about it. The fact that he didn't say anything about this cryptocurrency or any other of the FaZe members, come on, they didn't know shit about it.
Facts. Hey, but you know what? This was a good discussion.
It was.
It was fierce.
Spicy.
And if there is more to come, you better believe it's going to be here on the level. But to that extent, Apex got hacked yesterday for a few hours. A few hours. It wasn't a people are trying to win some lobbies. People aren't trying to, grief other players in ranked. Nah, this was a straight up attack on the servers. For save Titanfall. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about that?
Me? Yeah, save Titanfall. No, honestly,
Save Titanfall.com.
I personally like Titanfall, and it's one of the franchises that like I can put down and pick back up whenever I want, right? But the fact that like a hacker actually went into Apex and was like, "Hey, stop fucking with this game," or make another one or some shit like that. I didn't read all the messages that he posted, but the fact that they literally made Apex unplayable just for that, it's actually really concerning because of the fact that like, okay, Apex is a household BR right now. You know what I mean? And the fact that like they have all these quote unquote anti-cheats and all this shit, but somehow somebody fucking hacked the game.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This wasn't no hack. This wasn't no cheater. This was a
anti-cheating.
Like someone got in
attacking
the code and fucking put that shit in there.
But it's different. I'm pretty sure they overloaded the server. They started sending so many data packets back and forth that you just can't log in. They just overloaded.
No. So they prevented you from loading into any game, and they took away. They pretty much took away ranked, took away arenas, and all you could see on the side was Save the Titans or save Titanfall.com.
This literally reminds me of like Christmas. Every Call of Duty. Yeah, you couldn't play online. For
it was
2 days.
It was nuts.
Because Lizard Squad would just take down Call of Duty every Christmas. You just weren't allowed to play it. So, I from what I've heard, there's like a Titanfall 3 maybe really really early in the works.
No,
I wouldn't expect that to come out anytime soon because Apex is just so big. So I wouldn't get their hopes up for it. I think it's funny, but to me, like
no, it honestly it's not funny because like you got to think about it. Like they got into an EA server, a Respawn game, literally what made it unplayable for people.
Yeah,
and you had other gaming companies like I know Bungie. They said something about it, and other I forgot the other couple companies that did as well. But the fact that a person could literally just go into the game, hijack it, put their own codes in there. I get it. It was for the purpose of
change text every. Yeah. There was literally a pop-up box that said, "Do you want to go to save Titanfall.com?" And it would take you there if you clicked yes. Like they went in and they said, "Fuck Apex Legends right now. We're trying to prove a point."
To me, I don't know. This is just how I see it. It's happened with so many games that people do it if they can. If so many people can actually do that, and it's just whether they want to or not, right?
I mean,
I'm not worried. I'm not concerned. I find the reason funny. Like I said before, Lizard Squad was taken into jail. Every Christmas, you couldn't play Call of Duty online for like a week.
I mean, but that literally has to. You literally have to think about the fact that, oh shit, okay, if I get a new Call of Duty game, that shit's gonna get hacked, right? So, with that being said, does that not raise concern of the fact of what these companies actually value the protection of their games?
I mean, of course you can, but there's always gonna be people smarter than you. Like, there's only so much you can do. Every time Lizard Squad took down another Call of Duty, they come up with a new method, right? Once they saw the method of how they got in, you patch it, they're gonna come up with something new. It's literally the same thing as how cheats are made. It's no different. When they patch one cheat, you have to come up with a new code and a new wire and a new worm to get in the back door another way. Apex has never been, from what I know, has never been attacked before. So to them, when they thought their system was good until they came in and said, "Nah, F
Not
Apex."
today. Yeah.
Now what they do, they saw how they got in, they fix the problem, and then both teams go back to the drawing board, and it's a constant war. That's just how coding works. So I'm not worried. Like I said, every time a new Call of Duty came out, they did something different. They had to because they would patch it and they would learn from their mistakes. Both sides learn from their mistakes. So if this happens again, I guarantee you they won't do it the same way. The coding won't be the same because they have to find a new way to get in. If I'm a company and I let them get in the first time and don't fix the back door, or I allow the back door to stay there, you're stupid. That's like somebody having the key to. That's like somebody you losing the key to your house. You know who has the key. You know the thief. And instead of changing your locks, you just say, "No, I'm good." And then you surprise Pikachu face when they come and steal from you. Like,
Yeah. So I mean, I'll agree with you to a point. I think it is funny in the fact that they were trying to promote Save Titanfall.
yes, that's why I think that's the funny part.
Granted,
I think
I think that they missed the mark. I really do. Because it wasn't an attack on Apex Legends. It was more or less an attack on Respawn in general.
Yeah.
Because Titanfall 1 primarily, and then even Titanfall 2 to an extent, are just super unplayable because of how many hackers they have in the multiplayer, and it just overwhelms the game. I'm not really sure on the single player side, but from what I've read, multiplayer is unplayable, and I loved playing. I loved playing Titanfall 2 multiplayer. It was
Titanfall is fun.
Titanfall 2 multiplayer was probably the best multiplayer I've played in years.
Yeah.
now I don't know. I don't know. So don't if I'm wrong, please correct me. I don't know if Respawn even keeps up with Titanfall 2
So
multiplayer.
Respawn keeps up generally,
Yeah.
but they
Right?
don't
Yeah,
update.
they
They don't
don't.
update their servers, and I mean, I covered this as well yesterday. They only cover so much.
Right,
So
because most of their focus is going to be on Apex,
absolutely,
not on a game that was released 4 or 5 years ago.
absolutely.
So
But
to me, it's like Titanfall 2 was just what Call of Duty is.
yeah,
After its
but so
time has
that's
passed, you're right, after its time has passed, and the servers are, that's what it is. If there's hackers, they're hackers, and that's just
but
Black Ops
so
2.
that's also the thing. So EA on EA and on Steam, it doesn't it doesn't say any of these problems are within the game for purchase. Unless you're looking at like reviews, nobody's openly saying, "Hey, multiplayer's unplayable." You're going to be buying an unplayable game. These games are
Well,
still $40-$50.
well, if I go back and buy a Black Ops 2, it's not going to say that on Steam, but I know when I buy it, it's going to literally just be a whole bunch
Yeah,
of
but
flying
so
hackers.
that was one of the reasons for like the main attack though, and I'm coming at you
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
standpoint
I
of
understand.
the
I
yeah.
understand that, but I just mean from the Titanfall 2 point, it's not a dead game, but it's past what it was.
No,
It's not
absolutely. It's
right.
past
It's
its
not its
prime.
current. It's not its current game, so I'm not gonna fault Respawn or be like, oh well, it is what it is. For me. It is what it is. Moment. The game has
Hey,
passed. And for Respawn, yeah, people want to play Titanfall 2 and go back to it, but it's not going to make them the money that Apex is doing. And it would waste money spending development time on a game that nobody's going to play as much, right? As much as we all say we want to go back and play these games and do all this, and I honestly believe this. We're not going to play it as much as we think we are.
He called you
Um,
out, Devs. You ain't playing Red Dead 2. We already know you aren't.
I
You ain't got.
I already got
And
it
you ain't got a lot
downloaded.
to kick it. You ain't got a lot to
I,
kick it.
I think multiplayer and solo play games are different because multiplayer games you're generally supposed to spend more time on than solo play games. Generally, depends on the game. The generalization. You
For
can
like
spend
progression, yeah, okay.
Yes, you can spend more time generally on a multiplayer game. Um, where I just don't believe we'd spend as much time on a Titanfall 2 as much as people think they might, rather than us going and
Oh, I
playing
think that I think there's a selective
Apex.
community for sure.
Yes, rather than playing Apex in the new games that's coming out.
Yeah,
So it's not
'cause
smart to
no,
waste.
I agree with you. Like I have one
Mm.
friend on Steam. He plays literally nothing but Black Ops 2 zombies. And I'm like, that's pretty
How?
old, dude. Like, what the hell are you doing? But
Yeah. So that
yeah,
shit.
that's what he does. So there's a niche community on it, but
I don't know because I know he's not here, but Hercules, he would know. He can straight up tell you he can literally play the old version of Kingdom Hearts over and over and over without fault. And like I know he
he
played
has
as
no life.
and I know I forgot the exact multiplayer. I mean, shit, look at CS:GO. I mean, honestly, the big issue with Titanfall 2 is because of the fact that it came out, it was great, died really fast because of the other competition that's around it, and then the support stopped. Um, but in my personal opinion, I mean, regardless of which, it, it it still has me kind of, I wouldn't say worried, concerned off the fact that, like I said, this wasn't just a normal DDoS attack, or it wasn't like a normal thing. The fact that, like I said, the fact that he got into the game, changed the text and everything, made it unplayable, uh, is really concerning because of the fact that what if that wasn't his intention? They can literally shut the whole fucking game down because like I said, they got into the code. They literally could have deleted the whole fucking shit if they
Well,
really wanted to.
yeah, but Respawn and every gaming company for the most part will have backups saved of their game. If he deletes off the server, one they can just go back and then re-put the game, especially when you have multiple patches. You have multiple versions of the game, the test part of the game where you test it in. So I'm not really worried about that. Again, it's hacking is a back and forth battle. Hacking is like chess.
Oh,
You
and
you 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 always learn. So I'm not gonna spend my time worrying. Like me personally, I'm not gonna spend my time worrying about something that is eventually going to happen. Ever since Lizard Squad got arrested, there
mm-hmm.
hasn't really been a big hacking presence, right? So yeah, to me, how I see it, if Lizard Squad never got caught, this is something Lizard Squad would probably do. Right, but now it's a vacuum, it's a void of nobody attacking in this cyberspace game realm that succeeded. I am 100% sure many people have tried to crack Apex games and the new COD games and just failed because they weren't skilled enough. Because
Yeah,
you
and you
know,
don't
you know what
hear
I
about
mean?
it because they
And you
failed.
don't hear about it because they failed. This is the one guy out of the thousands of people that succeeded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Apex has learned, they see what he did, now you learn and you improve your code. I would rather him do that with that message so they can improve their code
Mm-hmm.
than somebody being malicious and taking down the game, not deleting it, but taking down the game longer, like how they do Call of Duty on Christmas.
Nope. I agree with you. But
Yeah, but you also got to think of the fact that, okay, one, we don't know everything he fucking did. All we know is that he put the text lines and shit like that in the game, right? But then at the same time, we also don't know. And shout out to my boy Cup for this because he mentioned that he's watching the stream right now. He could have easily taken people's accounts, account info. There's people who literally do shit. There's probably people who literally do nothing and play this game. But besides that,
damn.
I just feel like,
Sorry, you're not good.
I am not. But it's just like one of those things that like with the iPad situation where people got all their pictures taken and then publicized. He could have done the same shit.
No,
You know?
first I can
For
agree
sure.
with you on
For
that for sure.
for sure, yeah, but that's why. But that comes with the territory of being internet gaming. I can't. You know what I mean? That's it to me. It is what it is. When you know what I mean, when you put your information out there, it's a chance it can be taken. Nothing on the internet is 100% secure. So I can't worry whether a hacker is going to get in because then if they get it, I mean they got my Origin account. Like at the end of the day, I'd rather them take. Now if it was my bank account, if Navy Federal got hacked, all right, now we got some issues. Now I got some now. Yeah, we gonna have to. You know what I'm saying? Now we got some problems. If the IRS got hacked, all right. See now we gotta talk about it. If
For
social
sure.
if Social Security got hacked, all right. Me and the federal government gonna have to talk. But I mean, it's Apex Gaming. It's a game, so I'm not gonna worry about stuff like that. I understand that people do. A lot of people love this game. A lot of people love to play games, and it's fun. But like I
Okay.
said, gaming is just a big. It's just chess. Coding is just a chess game. Who's gonna make the smartest move? And the
Fair
hacker
enough.
was smarter.
Fair enough. All right. Well, Serenity, hit us with what you wanted to talk about this week.
All right, this
Um,
was a bombshell of a topic that we all missed somehow. I don't know how we missed this shit, but
because it's not important.
you're funny. And of all the companies, Ubisoft has announced that they will be making and allowing some of their AAA, most of their AAA titles to actually be free to play, from launch. Not just like they're all like the little games. No, they like big games coming from one of the executive financial directors of Ubisoft. Announced that they will be branching off from just AAA title only games, but having really good games coming out as free to play. There were some leaks saying
Yo, they
that
were
some of
saying
the
this a hot minute ago too. Shit.
yeah, I know it came out a month ago. No, I one day I was just scrolling through, I saw an article and it was like Ubisoft announced. I'm like, huh? There were some leaks saying that the new Assassin's Creeds
Yep, I
could
see
be
the
coming free.
Assassin's Creed on there, Far Cry.
The new
So
division.
that's huge. For multiple reasons. One, they got to make money, so I think that they're going to be having battle passes. I can see that, and I'm wondering what other monetary things will be in the game. I'm very curious on that because obviously it's a company to make money.
Yeah,
But
so I'm
to really even play base game is huge. Like an Assassin's Creed, like your big boy titles for those to come out as free is really 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 big, and this flew under the radar for a lot of
yeah, I
people.
mean I think a lot of people, at least nowadays, especially with Assassin's Creed, you're spending money on, costumes. You're
Yeah,
spending you're
cosmetics.
yeah, you're spending money on, those weapons, all of those cosmetic items, that can either enhance the game or, make it that much more appealing to you as the player. Battle passes, they're not terrible ideas.
They need to be. It could be better. It could be a lot better.
No, they could. I like the idea of a battle pass. I really do like Apex's battle pass, Destiny's battle pass, Call of
It
Duty's
gives you
battle
shit
pass.
to do.
They're cool to an extent. Oh hell yeah, dude! Apex's battle pass and Destiny's as well. You're having to do challenges just to raise your battle pass. Whether it's the daily challenges or the weekly challenges, you're having just to do those baseline to raise,
Hmm.
raise the battle pass levels. In Call of Duty, you just got to play for wicked hours. And challenges, of course, help as well. But it nothing crazy. But I think battle passes would be good for Ubisoft. I just wonder how they're going to implement them for
I don't know.
more of the single player games.
Yeah,
If they did do
Ubisoft.
that,
No, I mean they did
Ubisoft.
for their Assassin's Creed games because they did it for
Ubisoft.
Assassin's Creed Origin, not Origins, Odyssey, where
Yeah.
instead of their little, you pay for shit like you paying for fucking double XP. throughout the whole game. Like they
Oh
had that
yeah,
shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah, you have the little. I think it was like shards or something that they were selling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can get to craft and shit. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, and they already have battle passes for their multiplayer games. We're 99% sure Extraction is going to have battle pass. Rainbow Six Siege already has a battle pass. One thing I have seen that was really unique to Rainbow's battle pass is they have a community challenge where the community, like everybody that plays the game, has to get together to complete the challenge. So obviously, with all the amount of players playing, you're eventually gonna get it. But I
Yeah.
think this week's challenge was like get like 40 million SMG kills, and last week it was like get like 20 million or something shotgun kills as a
When did they
community.
start with that?
I want to say 2 or 3 seasons ago.
It's gonna die off.
Uh,
That model is like it.
no, it's not only community. That's just one of the challenges. You have your own separate challenges, and then you get XP while for just winning matches too. It's not just strictly community. But one thing that Siege also did was buying a battle pass is when you buy the battle pass, you get the new operator.
So kind of like
Yeah,
COD, but except that the operators don't have any special abilities.
kind of, yes, but like, and how they also make it to where you can't, unless you buy the battle pass, you have to wait like 2 weeks to play the op. Which is it's just a smart business model. And I really don't have an issue with it because there's not many most operators aren't must picks. Every operator that comes base game is good enough to win games. You don't have to have to buy the DLC characters to win.
Nope.
There was
Yep. You don't.
there was
You get
like
smash.
there was like 2 times in Rainbow Six Siege history where the DLC characters are so busted if you didn't have them, it was a lose. Blackbeard, where if you didn't know, Rainbow Six Siege has one tap headshots, and Blackbeard has a bullet shield, and when it came out, it did 600 damage. So you would never break his shield, and he had two. So effectively, you could never hit his head. So yeah, he just gunned down everybody. And then there was another operator named Ella. She had a Scorpion, highest rate of fire in the game. It had it was a laser beam of a gun on top of her really broken ability at the time, concussion mod. Yeah, so for the most part now, the game is in a really healthy, balanced state. So when operators are coming out, they're not must picks. So it's not like forcing somebody to buy the battle pass. Like you don't need it. It doesn't enhance your gameplay, but having a nice operator is a really good incentive. It's the reason I started buying the battle pass. And the cosmetics are cool. Again, I like the community challenge. You just add something else to it. But back mainly to Ubisoft, this flew under the radar big time. It was a month before I seen that article. I saw it like last Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
I saw Ubisoft announce something like that. And for a company, I mean they're not EA, so they're not as money hungry. But for a company that is known for a lot of their in-game transactions, and their titles, EA is a title that normally releases 3 to 4 games a year. And
Yeah.
for them to come free, I am expecting more games to come out because they don't have to spread the wealth. They don't have to release one game in maybe January, and then the next game in April, and then the next game in August, and the next game November, because they don't have to compete with making sure that everybody buys their game during their window. Now they can release the game pretty much whenever they want because it's free. And now what you're competing with is cosmetics. Cosmetics are cheaper than a $70 game, so people can spread their wealth among your game. So I'm very curious on what their new release window is going to look like.
They're probably going to
How
make
I
a free.
predict it.
It's probably going to be like they can have a separate team aside to work on the free to play stuff, and then have their own like art team to also do like all the cosmetics. Because when it comes to free to play games, we all know cosmetics is what really brings in the money. So
Yeah.
that's probably what they're going to end up doing. Because that honestly, that's literally what Destiny did. Destiny went free to play. I mean, you still have to buy the DLCs and shit, but that's DLCs, and they get most of
$500 worth of DLCs.
huh.
$500 worth of DLCs combined.
Those are baby numbers. I'm just gonna let you know. But yeah, it's just we'll just honestly when it comes to that, we'll just have to see on the amount of.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to watch more to see what happens, what comes from it.
Yeah,
I'm excited. It'd be
I
cool to get some of those games for free.
Yeah.
yeah, most definitely, especially like the Assassin's Creeds and the games I'm only gonna honestly play maybe once or twice. Like played through completely
Yeah.
once or twice. I'm not really invested in the cosmetics and all that. It'll be fun to actually play those games. Be like, oh, cool, I played the game and delete it. I don't have to worry about it no more. That's not a game I really would invest my time and money in. Um,
No, for sure.
so I think that's also really big. I think they are following in the footsteps of Destiny. Um, in these VR games. Uh, One thing I will say is a big difference is solo play games won't have the replayability unless they're coming out with DLCs. So if they're going to be making more Assassin's Creeds, I'm curious if they're going to make more DLCs for Assassin's Creeds and push back the release of a new one, kind of like a solo play Destiny. That's how I would do it to have a return investment on money. Because if I'm just releasing new games every 2 or 3 years with like one or two DLCs and a shit ton of cosmetics that people aren't going to keep replaying the game over and over and over and over, I'm not going to waste money on a game I'm going to play once or twice and then
Yeah.
maybe the DLC once. So I think this is going to change Ubisoft's business model a lot, and I'm very curious on how. Um, so that's what I really want to see. I want to see how that business model is going to change.
Nope, for sure. 100% with you. And if there's updates to this, we're definitely covering it here on the level. But hey guys, that wraps it up for this week. It was fun. We had heated conversations. A lot of news came to light, especially with Ubisoft. We didn't really know. And then, we even gave our opinions over hackers and, attacking certain games and making them unplayable. We cover it here on the level presented by Player One Gaming. Again, thank you to Anchor. Make sure you guys check out the Player One Gaming app, One, on App Store or Google Play. Make sure you guys check out our streetwear. If you guys follow us on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you guys, check out the links for our pages, our Twitter, socials, etc. And hey, guys, next week we have our Valorant tournament. It's going to be super fun. We're going to be able to broadcast that, and get to see a tournament, one of our tournaments, and have some fun with it. I can't wait for that. Can't wait to have you guys involved in it. Have you guys check it out. But anything else before we go?
Also, we are going to be covering whenever the fuck Sony decides to drop their state of play. We're going to be covering that. And again, don't forget, download the app. We have a special promotion going on right now. And if you liked any of the outfits that you've seen in the past couple streams, you can definitely head over to our clothing website or app, either or. But again, thank you, everyone.
We appreciate it. I'm Miracle K Worker.
That's Momochi.
Rise Serenity.
All right, and that's on the level. Thank you guys again. We'll catch you guys next week.